So today we're going to start with the shell scripting topic. So if you are a little bit if you know the programming language like C or C++ or any programming language, so it will be easy to understand the programs which we are writing here. Okay, else. Also, it is easy if you have on a daily practice writing a one script a day. Okay, writing one script a day will make it easy for you. Okay, now, so here, so first shell. What is the shell here? It is a user interface to communicate with the OS by executing the command. So whatever the command which we are executing here, those are uh, those are first processed by the shell first. So here I am typed as cal, date, and I can type it as OMI. Okay, so all those commands is first processed by this shell, that is bash, and then it is getting into the kernel. So now shell is acting as an interface. Okay, if you could see here, the user type in the commands, and then it is processed by this shell, and then it will go to the kernel, and if needed it will go to the hardware. Okay, so here we have the different types of shell, that is SH, the bash, KSH, EZSH, and the C shell. So what are these different types of shell we have? So what are the different types of shell we have here? See here, this is something like, okay, these are the shells which is something like we are having a base OS. Okay, now see for example here we have the Unix OS, as a base. Okay, so in this, okay, so you consider this is the first layer. Okay, in the second layer, I am having bash, KSH, CSH, or EZSH. Okay, I am in the second layer. I am having these type of different shells. Okay, and this is in the third layer. I am having the user. So in the third layer, I'm having the user. Now, when we are talking, when user is executing the commands for an OS, either user can use the bash environment, or you can use the KSH, or you can use the CSH, or you can use the EZSH. So you can choose anyone, but the OS will be the same. So, for an example, apart from these four shells, here we will be using the bash. The reason why here is we are having more advanced features. Okay, because we are having the most advanced features only in this bash shell. Okay. So if you could able to see what is the current shell which we are using, always you can use the command ps. Okay, the ps command will tell you currently you are under which shell. So currently you are under bash shell. So though we have all the shell available, but currently all your commands is executing via the bash shell. Okay. Okay. So how to check the other types of shells which we have in our machine? You can get into this file, that was /etc shell, then it will list what are the shells which is available for this current OS. So in this number of shells you can choose any one shell to communicate with the kernel. Okay. And the next one. See, there are many types of commands to find out what are the shell currently we are doing. Either you can use PS, or either you can call this variable echo down shell. So everything will be printing same. $, shell. This is printing as with bash. Now what is the shell script? It's a program file with a binary. It's a program file with many commands are placed in to execute one by one. Okay, it's a program file with many commands are used to execute one by one. Okay. Now, say for example, I am creating one script here, one dot sh. Okay. I am making one command, date, calendar, say uptime, who am I, and what else we can use. So these are the some commands which I have. I am just running this. Okay. Now we just throwing the output of now we just throwing the output of file one.sh. Okay. See here. Now here I am having many commands here. Okay, here I am having many commands, and those commands are executing getting executed one by one. Okay. Those those commands are getting executed one by one, and here I am able to see the output here. So that is having a series of command, having a series of command in one file, and we are following it through a bash to execute it at a single shot. So that is a small shell script example. So it is used to run many tasks by accepting the input from user and providing the output. See, we can here we can able to prepare the shell script in both interactive and non-interactive way. Both interactive and the non-interactive way. Okay. So every day, because now say for example, I have some the example for interactive and non-interactive is, now say for example, I have a report.sh one script. Okay, I have the report.sh. So in this report.sh, now say for example, I am running on January 1st. Okay. Now in this shell script, I am having one column as from date. Say for example 1/1/2017, and the due date is 1/30/2017. Okay. So here I am running this script. So what will be the result? So it will be giving the report for the January month rates. Okay, for the first step. And second time I am running. So what will be the result? The same result. I am running for the third time. What will be the result? The result will be for the same time, because here the dates are hard coded. Okay. So here we can also get the date from the user. Okay. Even we can, while running it, we can get the input from the user by having the read command. By having the read command at both of these places, we can able to get the input from the user. Input from the user means I can give March date, February date, April, May, whatever it is. Okay. So in that case, we can able to make the shell script for both interactive and the non-interactive. So everyday task can be automated by the shell script. Here I have given how to print the current shell, the different types of command, and how to know your bash version. Okay. To know your bash version, you can use echo $bash underscore version. So now here the bash version in 7.1 it will be the version of 4.2. If you consider in 6 point RSL 6 or 5, it will be the 3.1. Yes, 3.2. In EL 5 it's 3.2 and in EL 6 is 4.1. And here in this EL 7 it's 4.2. The next one. Okay, see here we are having the variables. Okay, so variables. So here the variable is of these two types. One is system defined variable and another one is the user defined variable. So what is the system defined variable? So the system defined variable are the ones which are defined already in the machine, okay, or in the OS. Okay, which is already defined, and we are calling the same. Now say for an example. Uh, here the one which I executed, echo dollar bash version. This is the system variable, echo dollar shell. This is the system variable, echo dollar user. It will show the current user. This is also system variable. All the system variable in the uppercase. Okay, all the system variable in the capital letter or the system variable, and variable in the small letter or the user defined variable. Now, say for example, how we can define a variable from the user side, how we can able to define a variable. So say I'm making R is equal to Ramesh. Okay, H is equal to Satish. Okay, and I would like to call the variable. How we can call the variable? By using the echo dollar. Dollar sign is to call the variable. So is that now printing Ramesh, Satish, and A, B, which we have not assigned. Okay, we have made only two variables, R and S, and where we can able to access the same from the echo statement, that is printing the variable. Now here after printing,
Here,
yeah,
sorry to disturb. Here,
yeah.
is it temporarily we create the variable, define variables, or like it's permanently we are creating it?
No, this is fair. These are the temporary variables. So there is a way to create a permanent variable. See here, if you, in the notes, if you can able to see, here we have the types of variable: local variable, environmental, or the global. The environmental global variable is nothing but the permanent one. See here, the local variable means which will be there, okay, which will be there only for the what that we can say okay, which will be existing only for a session. Okay, now if I open the another session where this will be not be available. Now say here, I'm opening another session. Okay, here I'm trying to print the variable. Or yes, it is not getting printed because the variable which we have created will be existing only for this session and not for the any other session. If you want to make a variable to be available across all the sessions, then we need to create the environmental variable. Okay, so now we will see how to create that environmental variable here. So here, creating the environmental variable is of the two types. Okay. So, guys, what is the dot bash profile is used for? This file. Okay. What is the use of this file? Bash profile. Guys, I'm asking you.
Maybe it will save all the user-defined variables and the
No.
and
1 minute. Forget about the variable. From the okay, from the lessons of what we have learned. So what is the bash profile is used for? So even we have discussed something about what will happen if we log in two different modes. Something like SU space Oracle. If you log in, what will happen? If we log in as SU space hyphen Oracle. I have told you these two differences.
yes, it's about the mainly environmental changes. So if you load a sudo oracle. So
Yeah.
you'll log into the root user only, not from the profile which has a oracle. So
Yeah.
when you log into su-oracle, so you'll access your own environmental settings.
Yeah. Correct. Now, okay, to add more the other ways of using the bash file here is, see, as I told you already, each and every user, okay, now say for an example, I am making here for the root user, I am assigning some variables, okay, pi dot bash profile, okay. So here we have created something like an alias. So here I am making it as a is equal to Arun. Already we have that name. We are not supposed to use that. Say R is equal to Ramesh and S is equal to Satish. Okay. So I am making these two variables inside the. Okay. I am making two variables inside the bash file. Okay. I am trying to call it here. Okay, this is not getting printed because you need to check in the another session. Okay, to reflect the changes, you need to check in the another session. See here. Oh, sorry. So is that getting printed across the session now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how we can set up the environmental variable where you can able to use in any of the okay, you can use any of the sessions. So here one more important point is here this can be called in some of the documents it will be called as environmental or the global variable. Okay, they both are the same here. Okay. Now there will be one disadvantage here. Now if I get into the another shell bash, okay, if I get into the another shell the bash, now I am calling it again. So echo dollar R, echo dollar yes. It is not getting printed. Can you guys say why it would be the reason would be in another session it was printing, but I'm getting when I'm getting it in another shell subshell it is not getting printed.
It's because of environmental settings.
Okay, okay, okay. The answer is correct. In okay, that in the whole on the whole we can say it as environmental settings. Now see here. Actually, first we are logging with one shell. Okay, and the next time. So first we are logging with one shell. The next one we are logging with the another shell. Okay, and again with the next time we are logging with the another shell here. Okay. Now I can say, okay, now I can say this is my first bash shell, and this is my second. Okay, and this is my third environment. Okay, so I can say this as the parent. Okay. These are the parents, this is the child 1 and this is the child 2. Okay. So now in the bash 1 environment, if I am declaring any variable, say for an example a is equal to Arun. Okay. So which will be not available in the child. It should be not available in child because I am mentioning at this bash first environment. Okay, so which will be available only, even though if we are making in the bash profile file, okay, which will be available only in this environment. Okay, only in this environment which will be available. If you want to make it available across all the shells, If you want to make it across all the shell, then you need to use the keyword called as export.
Arun,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah, tell me.
Arun, sorry, I'm disturbing you. I mean, I'm getting voice not properly. I mean, it's too much disturbance coming. I guess it's for me or like it's
Yeah,
for
your
everyone.
voice is too breaking.
Let me check my
I'm also getting nothing.
service. Strength is good. Okay, let me change my headset. One. Okay. Okay. So here, as I told you, now when you want to make the variable to be available across all the shells, you need to use a keyword that is called as export. Okay, only when you use the export, it means that that particular variable will be exported to all the shells here. Now see here again for your, when I give ps-f, okay, see this is the first shell which we have entered using this one. That's the PID is 4855. Okay, 4855, and again I have executed the bash command. Okay, so which has came to the inner shell, here. Now say for an example, I'm giving another bash here. Now you can, in the ps command, you can able to see 3 bash. Now if I'm making the variables, okay, so if I'm making the variables without export command means, okay, without export command means what will happen here is, for an example, print screen, paste it. Okay, see here. Okay, if I am exporting, okay, so even in the bash file, okay, so even in the bash profile file, if I'm making it as, okay, in the bash profile file, if I'm making, sorry, okay, in the bash profile file, if I'm making a is equal to Arun, okay, so this variable, okay, this variable will be available, only to this session, that is only to this bash. Okay, if you want to make, okay, if you want to make to be available in all the bash environment means, okay, it should be available to this bash. If I have, if I'm in the subshell of 3 or 4, okay, if I want to make it available through all the bash means, then I need to use the keyword called export. Here then I need to use the keyword called export here. Okay, so where you need to use the keyboard, where you need to use the keyword export here, again in the bash profile file. Okay, to be available across all the shells. Okay, so here now we are not able to print the name of, now say for an example, I'm getting into the subshell here. I'm trying to print $R, which is not printing. I'm printing $S, which is not printing. Okay. Now what I am doing here is vi dot bash underscore profile. Okay. Here I'm using the keyword called export. Here I'm using the keyword called export. Okay. Now I am logging into their another session.
This shell scripting has to go slow, buddy. If I urge it, you will not able to understand it. Okay, see here, echo dollar $R. Now it's printing the variable. I'm getting into the subshell. I'm making it, so it is now printing again. I'm getting into the another subshell. Now I'm trying to print the variable. It is getting printed, and you can check. Currently we are in the third subshell. So there are 3 subshells are there. Currently we are at the third subshell. Okay. So the variables can be exported by this way in the bash profile file if you want to make it the variable to be available across the shells. So that is the environmental variable, or also we can call it as the global variable here. Okay, so here I have given the examples for the same. Okay, you can able to see here the environmental variable, so which is already present, path, home, ps1 and all those things. If you want to check what are the environmental variables means, you can use this command, say export. You can able to see all the variables here which we are using: log name, home, user, path, pwd and everything. So echo dollar $pwd is also printing as a row. So these are the environmental variables which we can able to access from any of this command, export or print env or env. So all these commands will be printing the environmental variables. Okay. So if you would like to remove it, you can use this export -n to remove it permanently. See, again, you will be able to understand this export command and the environmental variables only when you are start writing the shell scripts. Okay, so from today start writing the shell script, so whatever we are discussing here. Okay, so here I have given the procedure to how to make a variable permanent. So get into the bash profile file and make it as export with the keyword a1 is equal to linux.com. So wherever if you are using that A1, you will be getting it printing as a linux.com. Here one more important thing here. Now say for an example, in the real time what will happen is, okay, now here, okay, for this case, here I am having the user as the Ramesh, okay, and here I am having the user as Satish, okay, here I am having the user as Sai, okay. Ramesh will be having his own profile file, okay, and Satish will be having his own profile file, and Sai will be having a own profile file. Okay, now say for example he is having a variable called u is equal to Unix, and Satish is having j is equal to Java, and Sai is having so p is equal to PHP. Okay, now my question here is, now Satish is trying to print the variable of Ramesh $u. Okay, and Sai is trying to print, okay, Sai is trying to print the variable of yes dollar what is that, j. So will it be get printed here when Satish is trying to access the variable assigned by the Ramesh?
No.
No, no,
No,
obviously
right?
no.
So here this will be related to the user settings. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
these are the only with the respective to the user. Now say for an example, In the real time, we will be having some common login, ADM, support 1, or V1, V2, something like that. Okay. If we have a common login ID like this, so there is a file called /etc/profile. Okay, /etc/profile file. So in this file, if you make it as a is equal to Arun, okay. So in this file, if you define a variable, it can be accessed by Sai, it can be accessed by Satish, and it can be also accessed by the user Ramesh. Okay, by any user who want to access the variable can able to access the variable when we are defining the same in the profile file. Okay.
So here you will be saving the files in a different names through in the profile folder.
No, actually, see, by default, the profile for the profile file, you see here for the profile file, it will be root user will be having the access. Root user will be having the access, that is as root. Okay, so root user will be assigning the variable, so which can be accessed by everyone in the whoever logs in the server. Okay, so that is the purpose of having the profile file. So this is one important point when comes to the real-time scenario. People will be asking how you will make a variable which will be accessible by all the users. So you can say that I can make it in the profile file.
We got it. But
Okay.
the thing is, so all the script files will be saving in only profile file, like one by one.
Hmm. Okay.
Not like you will save on different file names in a profile folder
Hmm.
directory.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Did I answer you correctly, Ramesh?
Yeah, I mean that's what my question is about. So should I save the files in v .bash profile,
No, I'm not.
or
Could you please a little bit louder?
I mean it's about the doubt about I mean question about the directories which has a profile for profile files. So
Mm-hmm.
when you usually will edit the file, or will have some commands in it so that we can use it. But my question is about should we save in a different files, or should we save in only one file?
No, no, no. It's only one file, not
Okay,
different
only
file.
one file, and all the scripts will be there in only one file. That's it.
Correct, correct. It's only
Okay.
one file.
Okay.
So whether you are in the parent shell or in the sub shell, you can able to find out by using the different commands here. That is using a parent or the child shell. Uh, by using this command, that is echo $. Echo space $. You can able to find out. See here, the PID is 5463. When I'm getting into the another bash, okay, echo $. You can able to see the another 631. That is the another PID. See here, 6310. Okay, and here you can able to see the other the bash shells, the PID. So there are many ways
Okay.
to check whether we are in the parent or the child shell. And whatever the example which I have executed, the same thing here I have documented it. You can execute the case 1 and the case 2, and you can able to understand it. Okay. The next
Okay.
one
Okay.
here we have the PS1 variable. So what is this PS1 variable? See here when we are initially logging in, okay? When we are initially logging in, see now what is the prompt here? Root @station 2. It means that, okay? It means that echo $PS1, okay? Here when I'm printing this variable, U is for user, H is for host name, space, okay, here the space, W is for the working directory, W is for the working directory, and the dollar is for the to say what type of user it is. Okay, now see here the prompt has been changed. Now what is the prompt here? $PS1. Okay, now this is the another prompt. Here we have the another prompt when the bash profile file is not here. So this is the one type of prompt which we can say it here. Export PS1 is equal to this one. Okay, so here we can able to change this prompt with the different types. See here, I am making here this as the D for date, T for timing, U for user, W for the working directory. Okay, I am going to export this now. So my command prompt will get changed. So is that changed? D is for the D is for the date. Okay,
Yes.
T is for the timing, U is for the user, and W is for the working directory. Currently I am under my home directory. Now say for an example, if you move to the /dev, it will be showing as /dev. If you are moving to the etc, it will be showing as /etc. Okay, and what is the next one? The dollar. Okay, and it is printing the same. So like this you can able to change your command prompt. Okay, so if you would like to make this permanent, okay, if you would like to make this permanent across the session, what you are supposed to do?
Export.
Export. So you need to make this variable available in your bash profile file. Okay, so even this is the other settings which if we want to make it in the colorful, I see again just by using the color we won't be doing anything, but just to understand there are different types of command prompts which we can able to set by assigning the value of PS1. PS is nothing but the prompt string.
Okay.
Okay, right. So you can in the real time. So this is the settings which I am having in my batch profile file, where the history file format will be showing in this format. I am exporting all this variable, and the history control erase duplicates. In the history command, I should not have any duplicates. So hence I have included this variable, that is export history control is equal to erase the duplicates, and this is the format which I am having for the PS1. Okay, user, the hard, and the another type of date format. Okay, and every time when I log in I want to check my what is that, my disk size, that is my memory size. Okay, right. So here we are having another keyword called path, which contains the directory absolute path for the executable files. Now say for an example, in all the bash profile files, cat space dat bash profile. Oh. Okay, here we can able to and a variable called path, which will be used for the library purposes, where we will be seeing about this path in detail when we are installing the software like Java, the Oracle, and all those things. So this path is one type of variable you can able to check by calling it. Okay, here it has mentioned the different path here, slash user lib64 slash user local sbin slash user the local bin. So these are the different path which is there under a single variable called path. So this path variable is mainly used for the library execution file. So, okay, here you can able to see the contains directory absolute path for all the executable files. So here we have the executable file bin, in sbin we have executable file, and in local bin we have the executable file, so which is separated by a colon here. You can able to see which is separated by a colon here. So here how many directories we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here we have listed 5 directories. Okay, and then coming on to the shell variable. Okay, okay, so here the shell variable is the other one which from the local and the environmental variable. So how this shell variable will get deferred? I will directly go for the example so that you can able to understand it easily. Now this $0, okay, this $0, see these are the inbuilt shell variables. Okay, this is not defined by the user. These are the inbuilt shell variables. Okay, so here the file name is $0. Okay, here the file name is the $0, and when I give the first argument, it is considered as the $1. If I give the second argument, that is the $2. If I give the third argument, it will be considered as the $3 here. Okay, this dollar star is the quoted values. Quoted value means what are the inputs arguments which I have given, and the dollar hash tag is nothing but the number of input arguments which we are giving, the number. So far how many? Here in this example we are giving 2. So now this value will be replaced by the 2 here. Okay, and this $dollar will print the PID of the current process. Okay, the PID of the current process, or we can say it as a current script. And this dollar exclamatory will print, okay, will print the PID of the last background process, okay, which will print the background of the last process. Now here the exit status. Okay, now what, okay, for what reason here we will be using this dollar question mark? Okay, say for an example, I am executing a command. Okay, ls hyphen l cat space, sorry, etc password. Now this command is being successful. Now try to print the variable shell variable. It is replying the value as 0. Okay. Here I am trying to print. Here I am trying to execute another command. Okay. Now check the value of the shell variable 0. Now I am trying to print some file which does not exist. Okay. Now try to print the value of dollar question mark. So apart from 0, okay, apart from 0, it is printing some other value. It means that the previous command in the shell which has been not executed successfully. Okay, the previous command in the shell which has been not executed successfully. So hence we will be getting here the number apart from the 2. Sorry, apart from the 0. Okay, apart from the 0, if you are getting any number, so that will be considered as the script has been not executed properly, and there are some errors in the script. So you will be able to understand that here. So now I'm going to print this. Okay, I'm just making my second script vi.2.sh. Okay, listen carefully so that you can understand this. Okay. Okay. So here this is the from 3rd line to 10th line, this is the content of the script. Here in the first line, here we are having as hashtag and the exclamatory. What is this hashtag and the exclamatory? Actually, this line is called as a shebang line, okay, which we used to have in all the shell script at the starting line to make the kernel to understand whether the script has been executed in the bash environment or in the KSH environment or in the CSH environment. Okay, so to what shell environment the script has been executed. So to define that, here we will be having the bash. See here even I can have like this, right? KSH, CHS. So these are the different types of shells, okay? But here I would like to execute my script only in the bash environment. Okay, hence I am following this as a dollar hashtag exclamatory slash bin slash bash. Okay. Now, say for an example, this is our script. Now I'm going to execute this bash 2.sh. Okay, and then say I'm making as Unix Java. Okay, here Unix is the first argument. Okay, Unix is the first argument, $1. Java is the second argument here I'm giving. Okay, now I'm executing this. So here $0 is replaced by, guys,
Yes.
okay, and first argument is replaced by $1 is replaced by Unix, $2 is replaced by Java, quoted values, $hash is replaced by Unix Java, and the $hashtag is replaced by total number of arguments, that is 2. Okay,
Java Linux.
so the $, which will be printing the PID of this process. Okay, so the next one, the PID of the last background process. I don't have any background process which is running, so it is empty. And the exit status 0 because this script has been executed successfully. Now say for an example, okay, so this is our script. Now I'm making it as another keyword. See here, the total number of argument has changed to 3, and the quoted values is also all the input values, and here the $1 and $2 is not changed. If I use a $3, then the PHP will be printed. Say for an example, here I'm using only the Unix now. What it says in the first argument we have Unix, in the second argument nothing. So the total quoted value is only Unix, and the total number of argument is only 1. Okay, and the PID will be differing when we are running for the each time. Okay, right. And here the next one, vi2.sh. Say for an example, I'm trying to include some command which will get some error. Okay, /etc/shadow. Sorry, to get some error message. What is the exit status of a script? It's not 0.
No, sir. 0, yes. 2.
It's not 0. But here
0.
it is 0 because all the commands inside the shell script has been executed successfully. Okay.
Okay. So here, so does this will tell you, like, where is the error?
Yeah.
I mean, right now we given the command as to make an error, but somewhere, like, we have a lot of.
Ramesh, can you increase your volume?
Yeah, sure. So I just want to know about the, like, if we have 1,000 lines of script, so we don't know where is the error. So this
No,
gonna tell you like
no.
this
Actually,
what.
it will, when you are debugging the script, it will be telling the line number.
Okay, got it.
Now say for an example, let me create some error here. Say I don't have any input like this, R,
Okay.
$IR, okay. So which will be not read by the shell here. Now I am running the script. See here. Echo okay, ls hyphen abc some file name, okay. So there is a error on the line number 6. Okay, see here, ls cannot access the ASD. Okay, see here, actually here in the script we are not writing anything in the programming language. So here we are just trying to, what that, here we are just trying to print something here. Now say for an example, let me write another simple script here. Okay, I am assigning one variable a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, c is equal to a plus b. So is this correct to do a calculation?
This is correct in Python. It's correct in Python. I don't know what the bash.
See here, bash 2.sh. So it is supposed to print the value of
3.
3,
A plus
right?
B. Yeah.
It is not printing anything here because I didn't use the echo statement.
Echo. Yeah.
Okay, so here let's see, here I'm printing echo C. So that is the value of C will be printed here, and here I need to call the values of A and B by using a dollar. Here I am assigning the variable. Here I am calling the variable. Here I am creating a variable. Here I am calling the variable.
Yes.
So what it says? Just 1 plus 2.
1 plus 2.
But it is not doing the calculation. It is printing as it is.
Yes.
Here because
Yes.
we need to use the expression command. We need to use the expression command to do a calculation. That is to do the arithmetic operation. Here we need to use the command expr. So what it says? 2.sh, line number 6, command not found. Line number 6. So something wrong in this line. Actually, when you are writing this arithmetic operation, there should be a space in between the variables. Okay, and
Okay.
also there should be the command should be made it in the back quotes. The command should be made it in the back quotes. Hence you will be getting the output. See here, now this is our script. Sorry, cat. Oh my god, cat space 2.sh. This is our script and this is our output.
Yeah.
And a very basic shell scripting, how to add two numbers.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So this is how these are the different types of variables which we have, and you can assign the variables by this method, and you can also able to call within the shell like this, and you can using an echo command you can print on the terminal or on the screen. Right. Okay.
Yeah.